Hello! Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me, the first time I'm wearing actual makeup outside in 2 years. It's going to be 85 degrees today. I'm waiting for my hair to dry a little bit so I can put some leave-in conditioner in it to help my wavies come out. I also got a new job, got new insurance. My new insurance now covers the brand of the birth control I've been using for the last like 3 years. So I'm back on the brand because I'm like, why not? I get free brand birth control. What's the harm? The generic was giving me a few side effects I didn't love. So I was like, maybe the brand will be better. It gives me this. My eyelids get really dry and sensitive. Even though it looks red, it's actually very super well hydrated. It's been about 3 weeks that this has been going on where it's been painfully dry and scaly. And finally, when I had gotten it under control, then I went to the beach and accidentally sunburned my eyelids. So they did the same thing again. But finally, even though it looks scary right now, it is under control and super hydrated. And I just took a shower, so I was a little irritated by the hot water. But all that to say, I want to cover this up and I want to wear some makeup, and I haven't worn makeup outside since before the pandemic. Like, I used to wear makeup when I worked at the pharmacy every single day. I'd try something new because like the customers there were super open about me trying new makeup, and my boss was super okay with me doing new makeup. So I used to do like the most wild shit there. And then the pandemic hit, and I was wearing masks, and I was like, I'm not gonna get my foundation all fucked up for no reason. And it just made no sense to wear makeup, so I stopped. And I haven't had like an outdoor event like this where I've like wanted to get dressed up for in 3 years. Because my whole group of friends have been super COVID conscious, and I've been even more COVID conscious and with my mom, so I have not put myself in any position where I'm indoors basically for the last 3 years. I've indoor dined twice. And no one was in the restaurant both times I did it. So I want to do some makeup today. And I thought I would film it because I haven't filmed in a while. And that way we could catch each other up on what I've been doing since I last posted a video. Because of my eyelid, of course. Okay, we're going to start this off with a new sunscreen for me. This is the Tula Skincare Protect and Glow Daily Sunscreen Gel, SPF 30. I got this in a FabFitFun. It was like one of the options customizations, and I wanted another option from the customization, so I got that one, and then I paid $10 extra to get this one because I've been really into trying sunscreen. And I had the Supergoop Glow Screen, but what I find with Supergoop, because me and my partner both use Supergoop, is sometimes the, like this part, I don't know what it's called, the applicator, will get crunched and will ooze, and that's what happened to my glow screen. So I was like, oh, I'm looking for an alternative to the glow screen, because that's like $40. This is a little bit cheaper, and it has a really nice glow to it. I used it one day. It comes out like this. It is a little yellow and definitely very shimmery. So we're going to put this on underneath my primer. It's incredibly glowy, but the shimmers that you see when you squeeze this out of the tube aren't on your face. Like, I don't see any shimmer, I just see glow, and I love that. Alright, for primer today, I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enrich Face Base. I mention this every single time I put on this face base, but it smells like Pine Sol in the best way. It smells super clean. Like, there are certain smells that are really comforting. Chlorine. Very comforting smell, don't know why. Gasoline, I know why, my dad's a mechanic, that's why, that's comforting to me. And also like Pine Sol, very comforting smell to me. I was very strategic about this. For foundation, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Camo CC cream in the shade 120N Fair, because this is more of a satin matte foundation. It is going to be 86 degrees today, and we're going to be outside, so it's going to be hot, so I wanted to make sure that my foundation wouldn't like melt off my face. Take about a little bit of this because I don't want too much on my face as well. I've been very into the like light sheer coverage foundation game, and a little bit of this goes a super long way. Also, the less foundation I put on my face, the less could be picked up by my mask. So we're gonna do a light layer just to cover the redness of my face. Great. So that is a nice thin layer on my face. Obviously I'm still incredibly shiny because even though this is a more satin foundation, I did put glowy stuff underneath it. For concealer, this shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. I'm using the Nude Nude Fix Concealer in the shade Nude 1. I'm gonna put a decent amount on my eyes just because I do have that redness. I do want to cover that up. I'm gonna only really put concealer where I know a mask is gonna sit. So typically I would cover up this little breakout I have going on here, but I wear a KN95 and my mask sits right around here. So I'm gonna keep the least amount of product from there as possible. So I'm gonna let this sit for a minute. Feels weird to have makeup on my face and like go out with it, I'm not gonna lie. And now because I do have this like patchy redness, the concealer is kind of moving away from this red area. So I'm going to let it kind of settle, and then I'll put a little bit more over the redness. And when you have things like this going on your eyes, it's best to use a creamy concealer rather than a matte concealer, because the matte concealer will stick to the drier areas of your eyes. Like I said, even though they feel super normal to the touch, I still know that area is struggling. So I'm just going to put a little bit more on here, and I'm going to dot that and let that sit a little bit. I'm actually going to move on to the face while I let that sit. I'm going to be using all Persona Cream Dream Sticks for my face. So I'm going to start with the Dream Stick in the shade Dune. This is such a beautiful bronzer for some fair girlies like myself. They have 3 shades and they go pretty deep, so it is a pretty comprehensive line. I'm going to pick it up on a Katie Jane Hughes in Spectrum 03 brush and just kind of build it into the bristles. And then I like to pat rather than swipe, especially with cream products. That is the bronzer. I love it. It feels very fresh. I wouldn't mind if the next shade of this I came out with was a tad more neutral and cool. This runs warm, which I love in the summer because who doesn't love a nice little warm bronzer in the summer? But in the fall, I would love a cooler toned. So for blush, I'm going to actually mix 2 of the Dream Sticks in the shade Bubble and the shade Teddy. I love these both together. I wanted to use Kiss, which is the bright red, but I've noticed because of my eyelids, if I wear something red, it pulls the color out of my eyes way more. So I'm going to start with a little bit of Teddy, which is the more neutrally terracotta-y blush. I'm going to take it on the same brush and just do the same thing. I'm going to pick up a little bit, just a little bit on the brush. What I love about these blushes is even though they're quite pigmented, they blend out super, super nicely. So this blush is obviously like closer to my bronzer shade, so it gives us this really nice bronzy blush look. My favorite way to wear these so far since I've been wearing makeup is actually without any foundation at all. You apply them and blend them out with fingers, which is my favorite way to apply them as well, and they look so stunning, truly. I love pairing the like cheek with a lip and one of their lip liners. So good. I'm gonna take a little bit of Bubble, which is this like bubblegum pink. I just want to add a little something something to the blush, and I love blush, so why not wear a whole bunch. This will just add a bit more pink tone to it, which I think will look really, really, really pretty. So yeah, we're blushing to the gods. I love it. Also, when I powder my face, it will tone down the blush, but I don't care. It's my first time wearing makeup outside. I'm gonna wear whatever the fuck I want. Okay, and for highlight, I'm gonna use the Dream Stick in the shade Gold. This is the only highlight shade they have so far. It is completely clear with some gold shimmers in them. It looks absolutely beautiful. And I'm gonna apply this with my finger. It feels more like a face gloss than a highlighter, honestly, but I love that. It just looks super nice. Okay, I'm going to set everything down with a little bit of Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. Okay, so where I'm really gonna set is my mouth area, because I'm going to wear that mask. My nose, which I always set because that rubs off first. I'm also going to set my forehead and just like a little part of the bronzer blush but leaving the highlight. So I have that nice strip. I'm not used to looking this matte, I'm not gonna lie to you. So for the eyes then, I'm going to stick far away from warm tones. I'm gonna go more cool tones to hopefully neutralize this going on here. I do have 2 palettes I picked out that I haven't used eyeshadow in a long time. I have the Tarte Tartelette Pro palette, which I don't think exists anymore. Who knows? But it has a bunch of beautiful matte shades here and then a few shimmers, and I love the way Tarte shadows blend out. I also have the Born to Run palette from Urban Decay, which has a bit more shadows in it and color. I don't know what I would use from this palette because I haven't worn makeup in so long. I'm like, I don't want to go out with like a bright purple eye. Or do I? I also do have this like crochet top that I'm wearing today. So I don't know, but maybe I'll put a little bit of something in there. But we're going to start with the Tarte palette. I'm going to take my Chatty GRWM Spectrum, is that 1111 brush? So it's Fierce and Profesh. I'm going to go into Profesh first, and I'm going to start on the outer corner of my eye today. And I'm going to very lightly build that up into the corner. So because I didn't set my concealer super well on my eye, I'm patting first and then blending after. I'm going to kind of drag this color more into the crease. Not that it's my transition shade, but since it's doing a good job hiding this craziness that is my eye, I'm taking the Chatty GRWM 10 brush. I'm going into the shade Bold, which is this peachy nudie one here. I'm going to mix it with a little bit of Classic, which is like a banana shade. I'm going to go over the top to help blend this out. I'm going to go into the Urban Decay palette, take the shade Stranded, which is this beautiful champagne gold shade. I'm going to put it all over my lid. Oh, that's pigmented. I'm also going to take a little bit of this shade Breakaway on like a little Spectrum 12 brush. I'm going to press it on those really stubborn red areas, which is helping a lot. And I'm going to take on the opposite side, I'm going to flip that brush, take more of that Stranded shade, and then just pat it over the top there. Looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I'm going to take this little Chatty GRWM 18 brush. I'm going to dip back into Profesh, and I'm going to smoke that out. Beautiful. And on the inner corner I want something really bright, but I don't want it to be shimmery, so I'm actually going to go back into that Breakaway shade, which is this one right here, on my finger. I'm going to press it into the inner corner. Since there's already a little bit of residual gold there, it'll just look like a lighter gold, but it'll help bring the focus to my eye over here, and we can't even really see the redness on my eye out here, which is literally what I wanted. I'm a little happy right now. I'm not gonna front. I'm gonna be using the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Total Taupe to lightly line my lips. And then I'm gonna take this KVD Vegan Beauty Epic Kiss Nourish Vegan Butter Lipstick in the shade Lolita. I will always be a deep lip girl. And then for mascara, I'm going to be using the Bare Minerals Maximus mascara. I've been testing this out for a few weeks, and I don't know how I feel about it. I like the Strength and Length better. This isn't bad. I can't tell you how freaking excited I am to wear makeup outside. So excited. Okay, I'm going to take my hair down so you guys can get the full look, like the full effect of what it's going to look like when my hair dries. I'm really pumped. I'm really pumped. I'm really, really, really pumped. Alright, this is the finished look, y'all. I took my hair down, even though it's still like super wet, just so you could get like the idea of how the hair will eventually dry and look with the look. I'm super, super happy with how the face looks. Truly looks so beautiful. So stunning. Those Persona products just look so good on the skin all the time, and I told you when we powdered it, it did go down a little bit in intensity, but it looks so good right now. Super natural. I'm loving the lip. I'm loving the lip, and I'm even really proud of the eyes. I haven't worn eyeshadow outside in so long. I almost forgot what it felt like, and it feels really good, and I did a great job covering my redness. I don't even think you can tell, like just looking at me, that my eye's a little bit red and irritated. So look at that. So thank you guys for coming on this journey with me. Thank you guys for joining me. Subscribe if you want to. You can also follow me on TikTok if you want some history content, and Instagram if you just want makeup content. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.